everyone. Happy 2026 and welcome to the first, sorry, I'm going to start again.
The First Start podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome to 2026 and the Fresh Start podcast where we talk about ways to have fresh starts. And sometimes that means having fresh perspectives about things. And I'm joined today by two ladies that always have fresh perspectives. First of all, my co-host, Stacie Wynn. Hey, Stacie.
Hello, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. And our friend, Melissa Jackson, who's kind of become a semi-regular. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, good. Did y'all have good holidays and everything?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
There was a long pause. Yeah, it's okay.
It was quiet. It was quiet this year, which was nice.
Yeah, same.
Very chill.
It was not quiet in my house. I have younger kids and my brother has younger kids, so it was a bit of a ruckus, but I don't mind it.
Yeah, I remember those days. I don't mind. Ours was very quiet too, and it was kind of nice because we've got a lot of stuff going on right now. So I was just trying to, as I'm practicing mindfulness in my life and trying to just be aware of the gift I have today, which was a quiet, calm Christmas. It's just me and Mike that day. We had our family Christmas on the 26th. So it was just quiet and peaceful, and I enjoyed it. It wasn't not so bad. And
I think I'll be depressed the first time it's quiet.
Yeah.
A little,
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, oh, I think this is nice. I'll keep it.
Yeah, you have to sort of like ease into it, and then finally you just go, all right, this isn't bad. I was reading this morning about suffering in my devotional, and they were talking about how suffering is when you fight against reality, like when you want something to be different so badly, and you said, this is not how I want it to be, and you create this suffering inside of you. So I was thinking about that. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm trying to just stop fighting what life has to offer that particular day, and it does seem to work. I don't know if y'all have experienced that or not.
I've never thought of it that way.
It sounds like the let them philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
I've been reading that book too. It's pretty
You like
darn
it?
good. I do. And I'll be honest, I've been sort of back and forth about Mel Robbins,
Same.
but everyone was raving about this book and I started it and I was enjoying it. I'm actually doing it on audiobook, but I started it and I was enjoying it and then I kind of forgot about it. And then on the CBS morning show last week, which we always like to watch, CBS Sunday morning, sorry. They said that it was the number one book of 2026. 2025. So I was like, all right, I'm going to dig back into it. We've been doing a lot of driving. And so, yeah, we've been listening to it in the car and it's good. It's got some really good stuff in it.
Is it mostly about,
You'll have to share some of that.
is it mostly about like expectations? I feel like that's kind of like part of it.
Some of it, it has all different chapters on how to apply it, and just allowing people to show up the way they're going to show up. We talked about that a little bit in the Christmas episode with Amy last time, and how you just can't control other people's behavior. So if they're going to show up in a way at Christmas that you don't like, and you're trying to control their behavior, it's useless. You just say, let them. Or if someone doesn't invite you to lunch, let them. If someone isn't gonna, you can apply it to a million different scenarios. It's pretty simple, but then she dives into deeper ways to use it. So it's a really good book. Yeah. I would recommend it.
And it's not like let people take advantage of you. It's
No.
not that kind of let them.
No,
It's like,
because it also is like let them and then let you. So there's a second half. So
Yeah.
you let them do this and then you let yourself react in a whatever it needs to be, protective way, releasing way, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's got some really good stuff. Any self-help book or religious book or any sort of nonfiction book like that, I think you're going to take what works for you. Maybe it won't be a completely prescriptive situation that fits
Sure.
everyone's situation, but I would recommend this book for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, I heard someone say expectations are what you think other people would or won't do, and boundaries are what you'll do. And that
Mm.
helps divide those, a little.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, check out that book. So I want to start by talking about a little good news since we're starting the year and there's plenty of bad stuff going on out there. But have y'all been following the monks walk for peace across America?
No.
You haven't? Oh,
I've
Melissa.
been completely off social media though, so I
Right.
don't really know much about it. I've been off my phone too, so I don't. Yeah, fill me in.
Well, there's I think it's 23 or 24 monks, and I cannot tell you the name of their because I can't pronounce it. It's
Yeah.
I'll try. From the Huang Dao Vipassana Bhavana Center. I'm sorry out there if I butchered that, but they're in Fort Worth, Texas. They are walking 2,300 miles
Wow.
for 120 days, and they conclude in Washington, D.C. in mid-February. So from Fort Worth to Washington, D.C., it's a non-political, spiritual effort to spread messages of peace, loving
Mm.
kindness, compassion, and mindfulness. And they have their dog, Aloka, Aloka the peace dog. He's a rescue from India, and he's going with them. And he's got like over 200,000 subscribers on Instagram now. Like he's a celebrity.
That's
And
cool.
Yes.
I've been watching them as they're going through towns. There's a live map that you can find online, and you can see where they're going and what town they're going to show up in. And people are lining the streets and handing them, flowers and stuff. But they're also telling it's a silent. You're not supposed to be real loud. You're just supposed to respect them. If you want to say hello, you're supposed to just kind of put your hands folded in front of your body and bow. It's been fascinating to watch. Some of them are walking barefoot. It's
Hmm.
crazy.
Yeah, it's really impressive. It's very beautiful. All the pictures and videos that I see, it's just you just look at them and it's just it's a stark, there's such a stark difference. They're walking on a road and there's cars, there's a police officer that's guiding them or showing up behind them. One of them was hit by a car
Yes.
a few weeks ago, and they're just that image of them just being silent, like you said, silent and purposeful, and just their whole presence is just peaceful.
It
And Aloka
is.
is so cool. He just has such a vibrant personality, and he all the videos you see of him, he just knows his people and he wants to be with his people, and he's just so happy to be
Hmm.
with them.
Hmm.
That's cool.
It's really a remarkable thing to witness, and I think it's wonderful to have that on social media right now with everything else in the world going crazy.
I agree. I've gotten obsessed. I check in on them every day to see where they are. They had to change their route the other day. Sometimes they change the route because of weather or I don't know, different circumstances. But it's really it's been fun to see something that, well, not everyone, but most everyone is kind of gathering around and agreeing that this is a really cool thing to witness.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting form of protest. You know what I mean?
Right. Nonviolent,
Yeah.
uh, peaceful. They're not even really saying anything. They're just
Right.
walking. They're just walking, you
Mhm.
know?
It definitely leaves. It's not prescriptive.
Right.
It leaves it up to the viewer to sort of find their own place in it,
Hmm.
and it's interesting.
I'll put a
What?
link in the show notes and if anyone
Right.
wants to check it out and look at the live map, I'll put a little link in the show notes. Y'all should, or you can just Google
Yeah.
Monks Walk for Peace and you'll find all kinds of information on it. It's it's kind of blown up. Pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. And now for the bad.
Hmm.
What do y'all think about United
Talk
States
about let them, the opposite of let them. Can we
kidnapping
just
Nicolas
stop
Maduro
them?
and his wife? Can we stop them? Have y'all been following that at all?
My husband, we were on our way back from Florida with the kids for the New Year's holiday, and he was like, we were literally driving. He was like, "Have you seen the news today?" And I was like, "No, what
Okay.
is it?
What
Now
has he
what?"
done now? I know.
Yeah. And he told me. And my instinct immediately was to just do the thing, to be up in arms and hateful and mad and just all the things. But I was like, you know what? I don't know what's happening. It doesn't sound great. It doesn't sound like who we are as a country, but I'm just going to not go into that immediate reactive emotional space and just pause for a minute.
Hmm.
And I think that we just like as a country, maybe as a culture, I don't know if it's you could say Western culture, I don't know how you would delineate, but I just think that we have a very hard time at holding nuance of pretty much anything.
Mm.
And so we immediately go to, well, it's about time, these people are bringing these drugs into our country and da 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 da, and this is what we should have done. Or how could anybody do something like this to a sovereign nation? And there's both of those things, but in my mind, like as I'm thinking about it and then eventually start reading about it, I'm like, two things can be true at the same time. The first thing is that this regime in Venezuela, right? It's like,
Hmm.
no, it's like it's actually not good.
Right.
This regime is not good. And this guy's a bad guy. And we have zero right to do what we did the way we did it. Both things can be true. One does not justify the other in my mind. You know, I don't think that we have any right to go in there. I do think that there's things that could be done and that some of the problems that this is aiming to solve might actually be real problems.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But my goodness, like this is what we're doing now. I, it blows my mind a little bit. Like,
Yeah, what's the difference
on
in Russia going on and trying to take over Ukraine or China trying to take over Taiwan or and
what
us?
authority? Yeah, on what authority? So that I think that's the part, and also like my proven skepticism is just follow the money here.
Mm-hmm.
Like we now have access to billions of dollars worth of oil. Like somewhere, somebody behind some closed door, and I don't mean to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but is making money from this happening. Like
Mm.
this particular administration doesn't really do anything altruistically because it's the right thing to do. It seems like everything's motivated by some profit margin. So that's kind of where I'm at on it.
Hmm. What do you think, Stacie?
Well, it's deeply concerning to me because I feel like, there's no one, no part of our government that stands in the way of these actions.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And immediately on the heels of this, sometimes I hear people say about Trump is, that's just, he just talks like that. That's just how he is. He's, it doesn't mean everything he says, or he's trying to get under our skin or whatever. But immediately after this, he's now talking about other countries like Colombia and Cuba and Mexico and Greenland. You have people in the administration or their spouses posting about these other countries and putting U.S. flags over
Yeah.
Greenland on social media. It's just crazy. I
Hmm.
think the backlash around the world. I know that those people making decisions in the administration don't care about that, but I care about it.
Hmm.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, so I don't. I woke up this morning and thought, I wonder what happened now. Like that's pretty much how I wake up
Yeah.
now, is what I wonder what we did now. I wonder
Mm,
what's happening now. And at the same time, I don't want to know.
I
I feel
know.
like there's just so much, and it's hard to balance how much information we take in when very little of this can we control, but we're impacted by it. So
Hmm.
that's the hard place to be, is when you're impacted by harmful actions and you don't have any control over it.
Well, yeah, I was watching a little bit of the news this morning, and, you know, obviously, one thing they say is that, they're trying to stop drug trafficking coming into America. Excuse me. And yet he just pardoned the, uh, wasn't the Venezuelan, the Honduras,
Honduran, yeah.
yeah, Honduran president that got sentenced to 45 years for the same thing that they're saying they're arresting Maduro for. So I don't know that it really is about drugs. And they were saying, it's about oil, and it's about, what they say is, yeah, it's about oil. We're going to make gas prices cheaper for Americans. But really, it's about putting more money into the big oil companies. It's about helping the oil companies get richer. That's what I think is going on. But in the nuance area, they were on ABC News. They were saying that they were in Colombia because a lot of the Venezuelans cross over into Colombia to buy things because it's cheaper in Colombia, and that the majority of the sentiment there is they're glad Maduro's gone, and they're hopeful that things will get better. Do they want America running their country? I don't know about that. I think they'd still like to elect somebody fairly, but I think they did elect somebody. It was a woman, but he says, oh, she's not good enough to
Mm-hmm.
run it. So that feels like just a bully coming in, like America's just a bully, and we're just going to make them do things our way. And that's, you
Yeah.
know, trying to force other people in other cultures and other countries to do things the American way just doesn't feel right to me.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, and I think the thing that I have sort of been drawn to as being really troubling is that like there's a process by which we do these things, and when any leader sort of uses a loophole or goes against the process that checks these powers, it concerns me. I mean, and that's, I think, the thing, like just from a citizen perspective, like as a human, I really, that resonates with me. Like, I don't want to be a bully. I don't want to be part of a country that thinks that they have sort of like an entitled perspective and entitled stance, but from a citizenry perspective as well. Like, I mean, Congress is just giving the administrative branch just absolute power. I mean,
And not
so,
step. Well, I don't think that we're hearing anything
no,
from
like
Congress.
Congress is just obviously, some Democrats are going to speak out. You kind of know like the script of what they're going to say, fascists and all that. And I don't necessarily disagree, but at the same time, like, well, what are you doing about it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have to do more than words. And I feel like to some degree, Democrats are just a bit of lame duck in a way of like,
Mm,
well, we don't have the power, so let's let them bury themselves. Only sometimes that works, and sometimes it ends up taking over other countries
mm,
against your very own sort of rule of law. I mean, there are ways to handle drug trafficking. There are ways within our rule of law to do that. It doesn't require that we take over another country, which is
mm.
what we did. I mean, we
Mm-hmm.
abducted their president, and we're going to govern them for now.
And
Govern
we
them.
created the whole storyline of this as being, narco terrorism, which hasn't been proven.
Right. That's right.
And, worst case scenario is we just murdered fishermen out on, the
Yeah.
ocean
Mm,
for just to set up a storyline,
That's
right.
right.
you know?
Right.
to
No
pave
proof.
the way into this.
Right.
And it's just so troubling on so many levels. And I think about my childhood, and you know, this is the movie. Do you want to guess what movie I thought about today that I haven't thought about in decades? And it was so scary when I was young, but the movie Red Dawn,
I knew you were going to say that.
my
Yeah.
mind went there because to a large extent, I feel like I grew up with that thought that, Russia, the big scary country, is gonna, has this capacity to just come in and take over and wreak havoc on us. And we have to be careful and prepared for that. And it's been so long since I've even considered that kind of lifestyle of wondering, what is that? What would
I
that
don't think
look
I
like
ever
or
saw
feel
Red
like?
Dawn. I don't think I
Well,
saw
and
Don't
it.
do
you,
it.
so like you have Russia, sort of positioning themselves with Crimea and then now Ukraine to sort of be the bully in Europe. And then you have China that's positioned themselves to take over Taiwan and be the bully in Asia. And now our government, instead of responding with none of that is okay, we go, well, then we'll be the bully in the Americas. That's what we're
Right.
gonna do. Right. Like we gotta can't beat them, join them. And it's just that part. I think like if I do the thing that that I'm so capable of doing, which is just like sit in the fear of it and then follow the worst case scenario, like that's where I go to like these three world powers, and we're just as bad as the other two because we're doing what they're doing and justifying it in totally un-American ways.
Yeah. And we've just left our European partners in the dust. We're just not.
Right. And to your point, Marcia, or maybe it was you, Stacey, but when our allies are saying, lining up to say like, no, we don't support this. No, we don't support this. Like, it's not good.
Yeah, I know. I think the thing that's the most troubling, going back to what you said a minute ago, Stacie, this doesn't really have anything to do with Venezuela, but just that our country, I always thought we had such a great checks and balances system. I didn't think that somebody could come in as president and just do whatever they wanted without, the Congress, in the House, the Senate, and the Supreme Court, like checking it all. And it seems like none of them are willing to to counter any of his actions and say, you know what, I think that's a step too far. That's not what America's about. That's not how our Constitution's set up. Let's not do this. It's like you said, Stacie, no one's doing anything. And it's scary. That's what's scary. But and I'm afraid it's going to set precedents that are going to, I mean, what if a Democrat gets in next? Then they can do whatever they want, right? They can go, well, Trump did it, and Republicans aren't going to like that at all. And so it's just scary, the direction that I think American government is going.
Yeah, I think it's going to take some new, fresh, young voices to break through. And at this point, I don't even care if they're Democrat or Republican. At this point, I'm just like somebody who's reasonable who can
Yeah.
break through and say like, no, this is not who we are. And like, we may disagree on how we show up, but we have to stop disagreeing on who we fundamentally are as a nation in the world. That's where we're going wrong. You know what I mean? Like if you have half the country saying, yeah, this person deserved this, and the other half of the country saying this totally goes against who we are, like we're fundamentally disagreeing on who we are as a nation. And I think that, like, obviously there's been times in history where that's true, but that in my history, that has not been true. In my lifetime, I have not seen our government so deeply and our society and culture so deeply divided on who we are to be as a nation,
Well, that's what I started to say, though. The extremism that I'm seeing in politics, this like you don't see very many moderates. But is that representative of what America is now? Two extremes that they're trying to, serve their extreme constituents. They think that's what their constituents want them to do. So, is that just a reflection of what America is? Two extremes fighting each other out.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
mean,
I think that we,
yeah, go ahead.
well, I think we see as we vote, that's the clearest mechanism for us to tell who we want in office. But I continue to meet people voted for this administration who don't even watch the news. They voted for one reason alone, which was mostly financial, and don't even keep tabs on some of this other stuff. It's
Yeah.
I don't know if it just says that we are not paying enough attention, and maybe this is kind of a shock to our system to see what can be done in an administration when we're not paying attention,
Mm-hmm.
or when we aren't careful about knowing everything we need to know about a candidate, or really what we do when things go south that we weren't expecting. We have to have there have to be some checks and balances, and they're here, but no one seems to be pulling on those checks and balances. And that's really confusing to me,
Yeah.
that we don't have a mechanism to stop this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy.
I just don't even feel like I answered.
Yeah. It is weird, like that no articles of impeachment have been written up on anything so far. I mean, we know they're not going to pass because because the one party runs both the Senate and the House, but like we're not even trying. Like I can think right now of at least three things that this administration has done that we could say is unconstitutional. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
At least three.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and so what? We're just going to be like, hey, that's unconstitutional. Everybody should get mad. And it's like, I don't know, but like let's look at that versus what we're seeing with these monks, right? Like the juxtaposition there of, like when you don't know what to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Like who that won't probably affect policy. It won't probably, like nobody's gonna go, you know what? I will say politicians aren't gonna go, you know what? I think I'm gonna change my mind because of this. But like maybe there's this piece of the American constituency that aren't so defined by one political party that can go, hold on, let me reorient my thinking here. Hold on, let me stop for a minute. Like, and I'm watching these people do the one thing they feel like they can do. Let me pause and just take a breath. What's happening? Why are they doing this? Why does it matter? Like, what's going on? And then maybe find a way as a constituency to make some changes when the midterms come around. I mean, honestly, that's the only thing I can think of at this point is like trying to get as many people as possible who are like, yeah, I don't like this. This isn't what I was hoping for, to vote in the midterm election. Because if we don't get House or Congress, if we don't have some reasonable people, I don't even mean Democrats. I mean like Republicans who go like, yeah, no, this isn't right, who will side with Democrats and do something about it. Like if we don't get that, then, this is where we're headed.
Yeah.
It's sad.
You ready
next
for
time we talk there, who knows?
I know.
Who knows what'll happen between now and next time.
I know. Well, there's only so much that, like I said, we can do. We can sit here and talk about it till we're blue in the face. I mean, it helps me get some perspective on it. We were talking about perspective, to talk to other people that are paying attention and how they see it. So thank y'all for sharing your perspectives today. That helps. Okay. First, yay or nay. Y'all ready?
Bring it.
New Year's resolutions. Yays or nays?
Not a New Year's resolution person. Nay.
Big
but I'm
nay.
supportive of other people. If you want to do it, that's cool.
Big nay, she says. Really?
I'm a big nay, yeah.
Why?
Because I don't think there's anything in my life that I've decided to be resolute about that hasn't changed at some point, even if it's just my own capacity to be resolute,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And a lot of times it's like
Yeah, I don't.
the intentions are still there, but like life brings so many things my way that like I can't I can't promise to do something for the next 2 weeks, let alone the whole year.
What about goals? Do you look at it as goals? I mean, do you make any sort of, I don't know, fresh starts each year? I'll say that.
The only thing I do is buy a planner. Like to me, that's I have a new planner for the new year that I get to fill out. But
Oh, do you
anything
still
that
like
I come,
write it out? Do you still have like a write-in planner?
I do. I some years I do better than others.
Well, that's pretty cool though. I've thought about going
Um,
back to that.
yeah, I like it.
I
But
choose a
if
word of
something comes up
intention.
in my mind that I want to change, I just do it then. So I don't feel like I store anything up or have any like huge, realization that just coincides with the beginning of any year.
Hmm.
Um, I just don't. So it's to me, it's not part of my wiring at all. Marcia, what about you? Are you a yay or nay?
Oh, I'm a nay. I
Nay.
used to be big on it, but I'm kind of like you. I mean, I mean, I do like, I wrote about this in my blog this week. I love Januaries. I love Mondays. I love mornings. I love anything that's like the start because I feel like you just get like a new chance to like get it right, you know? And I do find myself looking back, like we were saying, it was quiet for me at Christmas. I found myself a lot that day looking back on 2025 and deciding, what was working last year, what wasn't working, what do I want to take into the next year, what do I want to leave behind, that kind of stuff. I mean, I do find myself resetting a little bit. Maybe that's the word. But
Mm.
yeah, this whole, okay, I'm going to start exercising every day in 2026, or I'm going to start eating vegan, or I'm going to start, I crash and burn. I'm terrible. I'm an all or nothing person. So I'll do really good for a while and then I miss one day and I'm like, oh, screw it. I blew it. And so I've just learned that doesn't work for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I usually will choose a word of intention.
Mm.
And then I always do. I started this 2 years ago. I do a tarot reading. I know that probably freaks Christians out. Some of them, where they're like,
Not me.
what?
No.
Yeah. But I like to do a tarot reading. And then what I like is like somehow, like for me, it's not about future telling. It's a spiritual practice of intuition.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like you bring to it whatever you have. It's not like it's there to tell you what's different, what should be different about your life. It's there to help you to kind of clear out the cobwebs to see what's actually there. That's how
Mm.
I use it.
Yeah.
And then I'll set a word of intention, and sometimes I'll revisit it throughout the year, and other times I'll look back. Like this year I looked back at my reading and my word of intention from last year that I set at the beginning, and I looked back and I was like blown away, not from like a magic like, ooh, it basically told me everything about my life. No, but like I was blown away at how like I can find my year in that reading.
Like through
Mm.
I
that lens.
Yeah, I can use it and in hindsight and see, where setting that intention actually did it's direct my path, but it's more of like I'm going to turn a light on here and then I'm just, going to keep walking and trust that that light's going to guide me somewhere. That's all.
Mm.
It's not it's not like I'm going to do this prescriptive thing. It's
Right.
like, I'm going to light this path. And then, if I stray from it, I'll know there's a light there that I can walk back towards. Um, and, if it gets too bright, then I can, be an adventurer and kind of go off the path a little, but it's more of just like a way to direct
Hmm.
my steps. I don't know. That makes sense. It's a little
Yeah.
hoo-ha, but yeah,
No.
little woo-woo.
Yeah.
No, I like the idea of having, and when you said it, I've thought about it in the past and just haven't done it, but the idea of just carving out time to think about what was the year before, where we are now, and kind of what we're thinking about what's next. I think that would be a really great practice. And that makes me realize like I'm so geared toward what's next. I don't often reflect like that. And it would be helpful for me to do that. And when it pops up like in conversation, I'm like, oh, I need to do that. That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
But just making it a practice would be helpful. I like that a lot.
Yeah. I reflect a lot, probably too much. I think about,
Well,
I should have done this. I should have
you're
done
an
that.
Enneagram 9, right? So your
Mhm.
orientation to time is the past. So
Oh, well, that
that
makes
probably
sense.
your reflector is a well utilized muscle.
Mm.
Well
Mhm.
honed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, yay or
You're
nay?
Melissa, are you a 6?
I'm a 6, yeah.
What are you? Yeah.
So my orientation to time is the present. So
Mm-hmm.
I only really know what's going on right in front of me.
What about you, Stacie? You're
See,
an
you know
8.
what? I'm future. So this is what we should do. We should do this every year.
Yeah.
And maybe mid-year. The 3 of us should come together and do that. Like do that past, present, future.
I'm the ghost of Christmas
Yes.
past. She's the ghost of Christmas present and you're a future. That's hilarious. Oh, well, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, next yay or nay. Winter. Are y'all, I mean, we're in
I
the dead
love
of winter.
winter.
Do you love winter? Are you a winter girl?
I
But you're in
do.
Florida.
I know it's a problem. Fall is actually my favorite season, but those crisp mornings, the smell of like, what it smells like before it snows. And I've lived in snow before.
Mhm.
I would love to have snow. I'd love to have 4 seasons. But yeah, there's just something about winter that's just so, I love to bundle up and be warm and wear warm clothes. And it's just very comforting to me.
Melissa, yay or nay? Winter.
Big nay. I like it for like the month of December or the between Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm fine. I want to be like, if I'm going out to look at Christmas lights, I want to bundle up. But the second Christmas is over, I'm like, bring back the warmth. I am an outdoor person. I want to be outside. I appreciate the sunlight. I do not like to feel cold. I'd rather like be out in the heat than be out in the cold. Even in Nashville heat, like even that, I'm okay with it. Like I don't love it, but I would prefer it over being freezing cold.
I don't know how we're friends. I don't.
Also, like, here's the other thing that really makes me angry about it, right? It's that, like, I'm a woman of a certain age, and so, like, if I put on a coat because it's cold, and then I get in the car, I'm going to take off the coat. But then if I walk from the parking lot to the store, I want to have the coat. Then once I get in the store, I want to take the coat off. It's too much. Like, just give me something I can, like, like in the summer, I'm never walking into a building almost ever being like, "Whew, this air conditioning, I better add on 5 layers." But in the winter, I walk into a building and I'm like taking them all off. It's so hot.
You're constantly dressing and undressing all day.
Yes.
Oh no.
So that's my other grief about it.
I love winter. I mean, I'm like you, Stacie. I prefer fall, but I'd much rather be in winter than the dead of summer. July and August are like hell for me. I can't stand to go outside and immediately start sweating. I just start feeling that, ugh, I hate it. So, we're all different. We can still be friends. All right, one more yay or nay, and then we're gonna cut this crazy stuff out. It's award season. It's coming up. All the award shows, the Golden Globes, the Critic Choice, the Oscars, all this award show season. Are y'all award show watchers? Do you like to do that?
Yeah.
No.
Really?
It's not that, I guess I should say it's not that I don't like the awards. I just don't understand. I've never really learned the vocabulary, so I don't know. I don't even know if you gave me a quiz right now, I wouldn't be able to put like the award with the right genre either, like film. Like I just don't.
But you like to watch movies.
It just doesn't. I do watch movies. Yeah. Yeah. No. So I'm just not plugged into the whole award thing.
Okay. So you're not one that's
If
like,
anything,
ooh,
I love. No, I don't know when they're happening, but I like it like on my feed when some of the outfits and stuff pop up and I get to see those. I'm like, oh,
oh.
that's cool. That's interesting.
But you
But
like them,
no,
Melissa?
I'm
That's
not.
a yay
I
for
do.
you.
I like them. I think I like them just because I like it's like my way of like plugging back into pop culture for a minute, and then like so that I'll watch it and then I'll be like, oh, because I'm always a year behind everything. So I'm like, oh, this basically just told me what albums I need to listen to this year.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Or oh, like that now I have like the top 10 movies from last year that I'll watch them this year. I don't
Mm-hmm.
love movies, that's not my thing.
Really?
No, I don't know what it is. I feel like I will watch a TV show and binge it for hours, but then I'll be like, I don't want to watch a movie, it's too long. So I don't know. But I love television shows and I love music. So any like those award shows, and I'll
Mm-hmm.
watch the Oscars, but I just love yeah, I love hearing like I love like when they honor the people. My husband makes fun of me because I'm so disconnected at this point in my life, maybe because of my age and the kids and all that from like what's happening in culture. But he laughs every year and every award show. They have that time where they honor the people who died, And
Mm-hmm.
I'm always like, oh, that person died. And he's like, I told you about it like 6 months ago. And I'm like, I have no memory of it. But I'm always like, oh, I'm so touched by it. And I'm like, I can't believe we lost that person this year. And he's like, my
Yeah.
word.
Catch up, Melissa.
What rock have you been under? And I'm like, no, but
Catch
I do.
up.
I like him.
Yeah, I like some of them too. I mean, I find myself going, "Ooh, the Golden Globes are Sunday night," and then I'll like kind of plan a fun meal and watch. Now, Mike's not a big. He'll kind of pop in and out and watch them a little bit, but I don't know. I like the glamour and I like them being honored for their work. And although I know enough being in the entertainment business that I know a lot of it is, behind the scenes, they're like kind of paying for votes and all that kind of stuff. One company will say, I know it is in the music business anyway. It's like maybe RCA has an artist that's up for male vocal of the year, a male vocalist of the year, and then Arista has a female vocalist of the year, and so like Arista will go to RCA and say, "We'll put all our votes on your RCA guy if you'll vote for our Arista." They do. There's a lot of that
That's
stuff
so
going on,
gross.
Mm.
but still, I mean, I think it's neat. I mean, I'm always happy for my peers or anybody to be nominated for the work that they do,
Mhm.
and
Hmm.
especially in the arts. I think the arts are so important.
Yeah, for
um
sure.
Golden Globes are my favorite though, because it's TV and movies, so you
Yes.
get both. It just feels like the whole night, just you don't have a lot of this. And now cinematography for the best foreign film that came out in the month of June.
Right.
There's all these
Yes.
crazy things, and you just start going, oh, I don't care. But
Yeah.
Golden Globes is just packed with like best actor and best actress and best
Yeah.
TV and best movie. And so I think those are fun.
Yeah. I used to love the Grammys, but I feel like I don't get to see the awards now that matter to me because they're not televised. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I like the indie stuff and I like the rock stuff and I like some of the Americana and folk stuff. And that's just not
They
on the
do that
prime
before the
time.
live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So it used to that kind of stuff used to be on there, and now it's mostly just pop and R&B, which I like. It's not that I don't like it. I'm just not as in touch with it.
Yeah, same, same. Oh well, you know where I'll be for the Golden Globes and Oscars. I'll be watching them in my living room, probably in
Yeah,
my
love it.
pajamas.
Tim Jackson will come. He
Okay.
loves me.
Oh,
He loves me
good.
even more than me.
All right. Well, then maybe y'all come over for dinner and I'll force you and Mike to watch it too.
We do it. We would do it.
Well, this has been fun. Good to talk with
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
guys.
me too.
It's
I've been
always
looking forward to seeing y'all.
a good
Yeah, for sure.
hang. Yeah, yeah. We'll do it again soon. And I'm excited, kind of speaking of New Year's resolutions, but um, next week we have my friend Annie Mosher joining us. She's a personal trainer, and she's been working with me, and she has rocked my world in really
Oh,
subtle ways, but I can't wait to have her on. She's also a singer-songwriter. She's incredibly talented, amazing singer-songwriter. And she's got her hands in all kinds of stuff, but y'all are gonna love her. So if you want to get some inspiration, y'all tune in next week and listen to Miss Annie she will rev you up. I'm telling you what. So I guess that's it for today's Fresh Start podcast. We're so glad you joined us again here in 2026. We got some cool guests coming up. So y'all stick with us. Make sure you rate, review, whatever you can to help us get that algorithm up. And until next time, y'all have a good one. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.
Oh, bye.
This episode has been brought to you by God and My Girlfriends Ministries. If you're looking for a faith-based community where everyone is accepted, all beliefs are welcome, and no judgment, check out godandmygirlfriendsministries.org, where you can find more information about our book clubs, both online and in person, upcoming retreats, and all the events in your area. You can also find out about one of our favorite things that we do, our Single Moms Christmas Blessing Ministry. So go check out godandmygirlfriendsministries.org. We would love to have you a part of our community.